So I'm going to just go live for just a moment. I didn't really want to make a video about today, but I did to. So instead of me trying to explain it over and over again to people, I had the worst day today. So last night when I was teaching, I taught from 9:30 till 12:30, and during my second class, so my classes are 45 minutes, so from 10:30 to 11:30. Hi, Evelyn. I'm just talking about what I already kind of told y'all, just a little more elaborate, but not long. Um, so when I was teaching, yeah, thank you. I'm upset about it still. So when I was teaching last night during one of my classes, the internet cut out for about 2 minutes, and I got it back online. I was in the middle of teaching, and I just played it off and was fine. When I got done teaching at 12:25 and I went to do feedback, the internet went out. So it was 12:27 a.m. So the first thing I did, I reset my router. I was like, well, maybe it just overheated for a second. Maybe something happened. I reset it. That's always the first thing you do, right? Within 5 minutes, it had come back on and it still was not working. So I immediately got on the phone and contacted Spectrum. They have a online chat. So I went online to chat with them, and the guy goes, "There's no outages in your area." I'm like it was the way he's kind of snotty. I mean, it's just typing, so I kind of read it as snotty too, but it's not as snotty. And I was like, but there is an outage. I'm telling you that there is. And he said, no, there's no outage in your area. I'm going to put you through to tech support. And then he just cut off the conversation. So he put me through to tech, and the tech girl goes, "Can I check your equipment?" I said, "Yes, but it's an outage, but go ahead. You're just wasting your time." So as she was checking it, she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. There's an outage in your area." I said, "I know. I told you that. Have told you." I said, "I just need you to have it back online before 5 a.m." And she said, "Okay, well, we'll give you a call back when it happens, when it's back online." I said, "Will you actually call me? Because you never do. Anytime it goes out in the middle of the night, they never call back, because they only call back during normal waking hours for people." And I'm like, "I don't need you to." So, of course, I went on to bed. I had to. And I woke up probably every hour or so to check my phone. Like, I was worried. And at 4, it was on. The internet was back on. Everything was working. I pulled up a couple different websites to make sure. And I went back to sleep for 45 minutes thinking, oh, I have internet. And I woke up at 4:45, and something told me, don't wait until almost 5 like I normally do. I try to wait to the last minute to get to the computer. And somebody said, no, you need to be there early because it's not working. So I got on up and I got to the computer like right away, and it wasn't working. I messaged Spectrum again. Well, there's still an outage and we don't know how long it will be. I waited until 2 minutes before my first class, and I really couldn't wait anymore without getting a teacher no-show. And so I canceled all of my VIP Kid classes. And as I was going to cancel iTutor's classes, actually, I put in the request with iTutor. The internet pops back on. So it's like 5:02, 2 minutes into my first class, and I had canceled. I almost canceled everything. So I was able to uncancel iTutor. They iTutor's cancellations where VIP Kid, you press cancel and it cancels. iTutor, you have to put in a request, and then somebody goes in there and cancels your classes. So I put in the request, and it uncanceled it. Like, I was able to stop the cancellation, so I didn't lose my classes there. So praise the Lord. Well, I realized about that time my phone vibrates with a short notice booking for today. My second student I had to cancel with. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. I'm just talking about my terrible, horrible day. So you're up to the part that actually got good. So short recap, Amanda. My internet went out last night, and I contacted Spectrum immediately to fix it. They told me I was lying. I got them to believe it was an outage. At 4 a.m. it was working. At 4:45 it was not. So at 4:58 I canceled my classes for today. At 5:02 it started working again. Yes. And I'd already canceled everything. Well, all of VIP Kid classes, and I was canceling iTutors. So I stopped the cancellation with iTutor because it takes longer to process. But anyway, as I was doing that, a short notice class booked for today with VIP Kid. I forgot that I had left open the 2 short notice slots. And I look, and it's my student that I had canceled with this morning for 5:30. She rebooked me for 6:30 and short notice. And then my phone goes off again, and I have a booking for tomorrow, which was my 7 o'clock that I canceled for today. Booked me for tomorrow at 6. So praise the Lord, because I immediately sent them, as soon as I canceled, I sent them e-cards. But I didn't even have time. The one that rebooked me for today, short notice, I didn't even have time to send an e-card. They had already rebooked me that quickly. Like as soon as they got the cancellation, they rebooked me. And all this, like I said, is happening within like 5 minutes of time, and my internet's back on at this point. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was so stressed out. And so at that point, I started bawling because one, I was upset that my internet was back on and I had canceled the classes. I was upset that, you know, that I had to cancel it all, and I just cried. So once I cried, yeah, it was so stressful this morning. So once I got that out of my system, I, of course, went immediately to message my friends and told them what happened because I needed to tell someone then. And the only people in the world that are up at that god awful early hour in the morning are other teachers. So I messaged them and told them what was happening. Well, when I went to my class, because of course my internet's been back on just fine the rest of the day. When I went to the short notice class, I immediately, because I did not send a ticket on that one, I did not send an e-card. I told Mom, I said, Mom, I'm so sorry. It's an L1 student. I've talked about her before on here. And I feel like I'm going 1,000 miles a minute because I'm literally like still shaking from all this that happened, just talking about it. So it's an L1 student, and Mom's always at least in the room to start class. She just makes sure class is started good, and then she a lot of times will leave. And yeah, I saw that you woke up 4 minutes before your first class. I've done that before. Amanda, I actually slept through a class, and when I woke up for my next class, and I was really disoriented, and then I realized that my first class had a student no-show. So I got lucky that what should have been a teacher no-show was a student no-show. I've also had a teacher no-show, but that was my own stupidity. But anyway, when I went in the class with my L1 student, I've talked about her before, UNUN. Mom said, I said, Mom, I'm so sorry. And she said, oh, don't worry about it. She said, I'll always come to you. She said, I tried 2 others and she would not listen. So apparently when they tried, because I knew she had tried other teachers, and I'm cool with that. But apparently every time she tries another teacher, she refuses to listen to the other teacher at all, and misbehaves and acts terrible for them. This is all coming from Mom. And so she said, I will only book with you. So I was like, yay, because I love this student. Like I really do. I absolutely love her. And so I'm kind of glad that they'll only book with me, because I was like, yay, I get to keep her all to myself. She's the one that a while back, Morgan, when I was talking about her, another lab, Morgan's like, can I borrow her? Can I have her? I was like, no. And apparently, no, nobody can have her because she only wants to come see me. Yes, I am definitely her favorite teacher. And it made my morning. Like it totally made the day so much better. And then my other classes with iTutor were all good. My last class is my one that could be Mom, could be student, and I had Mom today, which I kind of like Mom better because student's really short and Mom actually tries and talks with me. So, so yeah, that's kind of my morning. So yes, terrible, awful, no good, very bad morning, but made better by a sweet student, and I did connect with them on WeChat. And after class, I don't know if y'all can hear it if I play it from my phone, but we're gonna try because it was really sweet. So as soon as class was over this morning, I got a message on WeChat from UNUN.
Thank you, Teacher Kim. See you next time.
Oh no! Could y'all hear that? She She said, "Thank you, Teacher Kim. See you next time." Yes, Evelyn, I'm glad I did get to teach some classes. 2 of my classes with VIP Kid were under an hour, so they were $10 each deduction. The third class was far enough out that it was only $2 deduction. But hopefully I'm gonna get the paperwork, at least for the first 2 classes, and get soft cancellations. I'm gonna at least try. Because I'm not willing to take all that hit. And I did get a short notice booking, so I did get money back. And like I said, every student rebooked me. Well, Jason didn't, but Jason didn't cancel any of his other 3 classes this week, so I'm not. Jason's another one where I don't think he'll go anywhere. He's tried other teachers and they always come back to me. So, wow, I have like a lot of people. Hi, Candy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, Candy, you can go back and watch the beginning and see how terrible my day was to where I got to that sweet moment with UN. But I like that for WeChat. Like I immediately, when I was talking to Mom, said, "Mom, if there's ever an issue, if you need to connect with me," I said, "Would you like to add me on WeChat?" And I offered it to Mom. She said, "Yes, yes, yes. We can talk. We can talk on there." And I was like, "Yeah, exactly." So she did. And I am like really, y'all, I am still shaking so bad from this morning. Today's been just like I literally just feel like need to calm down. I haven't even changed my clothes yet. I taught my first class this morning. I didn't even throw on, normally I throw on a shirt. I was freezing, so I threw on my hoodie. So I taught my first class in my hoodie this morning. And then so when I switched over, I have to wear the ugly red shirt. The only downside to iTutor Group. And speaking of iTutor Group, while I'm thinking about it, while I have y'all just for a moment, if you have been thinking about joining and the mandatory 10 hours scared you away, they just reduced them. You only have to have 5 hours, which is side note if you had thought about it at all, anyone, or if you watch this later and you've thought about joining iTutor Group, now is the time. Once you set your MPT, you don't have to change it. I have not changed mine since August of 2018. Yes. Because at that time, we only had to have 7 hours, so I only have 8. I did not want the 10. And what that means is, all right, so if you set your 5 hours and you don't cancel them and you don't miss any classes that month, even if you only teach those 5 hours a week, you can get your attendance bonus too. So that's really cool. So just they're actually giving people more options to get their attendance bonus, which I'm kind of surprised at. But everyone was complaining about the MPT and how we couldn't bring in teachers, and we definitely need teachers. Well, Evelyn, we'll still be around. We've been around for 21 years. So they are actually the longest running company that I know of. So you are more welcome to join. I'll still be plugging along as far as I know. But Candy, they are very comparable to VIP Kid. I cannot speak specifically. Usually between, I think minimum is like $14 to $22 an hour, with the possibility of much higher. Demo class pay a lot for if you get them to sign up. You get a percentage bonus versus a specific amount. Group classes, 45-minute group classes pay a lot more. If you have 6 adults in your class, not even just adult group classes, 45-minute classes. If you have 6 students in your class, they all rate you 10. I think the possibility goes up to like $30 for that 1 hour, I think. Don't quote me. I do not have the specifics. Each contract is different, as I am told, and I tell everyone you need to refer to your contract, obviously, for specifics, but I'm just saying you can get a lot more money. I am on a different pay rate than what you would be hired at if you were to join now. So I like what I make, but I'm not like, it's not the best ever. Like people make more than I do. And you could come in making more than I do. But it's steady. And the only plus thing, the really big thing is, okay, so right now, VIP Kid, my bookings are hit or miss. And now that I have these this morning, they're probably going to be really bad. I'm not getting fully booked right this second. With iTutor Group, I am fully, utterly booked. Like last night, I opened, yesterday when I got off teaching at 9:30, I opened up 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30 slots last night, which, I mean, I opened from 9:30 to 12:30. You open an hour at a time when you open with iTutor. I opened all 3 hours and was fully booked. They booked me, I think around 5 p.m. yesterday. I noticed I was fully booked. So they book during the daytime. They'll book you less than a day's notice. As long as you give them 4 hours notice, they're more likely to book you. Yeah. So I went ahead and opened up last night, tonight, and tomorrow night when I did it. And I've already got classes tonight and tomorrow night booked as well. And the thing is, even if I don't have them booked yet, like I don't have them on my schedule, they will be by the time I start. They book you up to an hour beforehand. Now, there's no extra pay for that, but at least you're teaching and you make extra money. And like I said, I can teach at 9:30, 10, 10:30 at night. And I'm still getting to bed at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I'm actually doing really well right now. And then I just got off work at 9:30. Candy, in the summer, you will be swarmed with students. If you join, that's the best time to join. If you decide, let me know. I can interview you. And the reason I say that is if you join with the company and just sign in under somebody's link, it can take months for them to interview you. With a recruiter, and I've said this before, and I'm not saying this. Yes, I do get paid for it, but no, I don't get paid unless you work. It's just like any other company. I only get paid if you work. So I don't get paid for just recruiting. But if you join under a recruiter, I can have you in about a week versus months. So that's the reason I encourage people to go with a recruiter. Even if you don't want to go with me, there's tons of recruiters out there. And I also do your interview, which is nice. If you already know me and you kind of used to who I am, the interview is easy. It's just answering a couple questions. Well, up to 11 questions. They don't take long. And then a 3 to 5 minute mock. They give you the materials. You just teach me. It's really simple. Really simple. They give you 3 options of sheets, and usually I just go with the first one. It's the easiest one. And they're just wanting to see that you can, correct, get the kids in there, that kind of thing. So yeah, the interview is really simple. It doesn't take but 15 minutes from start to finish. More if you have questions. Has to be at least 11 minutes. But that's about it. But like I said, it can be done, interviewed. I had one recruit who he worked in or lives in South Africa. And so I told him he had been asking me to interview him. Well, because he had worked for the company prior, his account was frozen. So I had to get it unfrozen. Once that was done, he messaged me at I was up teaching one night, and he messaged me at 12 midnight. And I said, well, I have a break between 1 and 1:30. Do you want to go ahead and do that? And he goes, that's an hour from now? I said, yeah. I said, if you want to go ahead and get it over with and get the interview out of the way. And so we were able to I was able to interview him in the middle of the night, my time, which was I think it was 7:30 in the morning, his time, something like that. But yeah, so the interview doesn't take long. And it's not hard. It's really simple. After the interviews, when they do all the trainings and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, but yeah, now's the time to join if you want to join. And you are able to, not trying to force anybody, if you're able to. But yeah, you only have to do 5 hours. And that is amazing. No, Candy, you do not have to make the curriculum. It is all done for you. It is provided. As soon as you are, okay, so I can show you through my app versus on the computer. My computer's still acting glitchy today. I gotta refresh it. So when you book slots, there we go. I don't know if you can really see it or not. I may turn down the brightness, not up. Okay. This is what it looks like when you book a slot. See how there's nothing beside it? Once the slot is scheduled, which is their terminology for you've been booked like other companies, then they give you this, which is more information. They tell you the topic and they tell you the class size, if it's a regular class, if it's a one-on-one class, and they will tell you what level. What I do is once I see this, I can go on the website and I can pull up my, it might freeze on me. Let's see. Okay. I have a video on this as well, but I'll show you really quickly. So just bear with me for a second. It's probably going to be a little glitchy for a second. Come on. There we go. So once you get on here, this is where you look at your classes. So see how I have this one? This is the class I just taught. And it gives me my lesson and all that. I'll zoom in a little bit. So it gives you your lesson topic. Over here on this side, it gives you the materials. So it automatically gives you all of everything you need. And once you click into your materials, it's wanting to freeze. But anyway, once you click into the materials, it'll pull up what they're learning. Oh, now it's working. And you get a full preview. So no, you do not have to make any curriculum up. Now you do have to extend, and I have some videos on that as well, but you do have to do a lot of extension. It's freezing. I told you it would. Anyway, you do have to do extension. And yeah, I knew that was going to happen. There you go. You do have to do extension. Some lessons will be shorter than others. Some are longer. It is not like VIP Kid. It is not 1 minute per slide. We do have some lessons that are closer like that. They're redoing a lot of our lessons. So some of the newer lessons are a little bit longer, but they still go really quickly. You do not have to have props. Props are useful. With iTutor, and like I said, it's freezing right now, so that's why I don't do a lot of live trying to show things on their website. But on the app, well, not the app, on the platform that we teach on, you can draw, you can write, you can type, you can add pictures, you can, and they're doing a new platform similar. They're using a new program. They're making it still similar to Manicam, where it would give you like the props as well. They're working on that. So just what you would have at other companies would probably work. I don't use a ton of props. Some of the things I do need sometimes are like squeeze. So I keep lotion nearby, squeeze. I usually keep like a stuffed animal nearby. Hi, Kelly. I was talking about my terrible morning, so you can go back and watch that part. But I was talking about, Candy was asking about iTutor. Kelly, if you decide to join, you have talked about it before, now is the time. You only need 5 mandatory hours, not 10 anymore. They have changed it for right now, at least. It is only 5 hours. Once you have your set hours, you do not have to change them unless you want to. So once you set them once, you don't have to change them. I've had mine since August of 2018, so over a year. So now is the time, while they have it changed and in place, to do it. Because when I first started, it was 7 hours, and then they bumped it to 10. And this is the lowest I've seen it in a year and a half, 5 hours. But Candy, yeah, just normal props. I usually have a stuffed animal near me. My panda is always with me. And so I use it. Sometimes I use my whiteboard. One thing I do use a lot is a lot of people, especially adults, will ask where I'm from. So I use my United States map. But otherwise, it's just however your teaching style would work for you. You can have anywhere from a 3-year-old to a adult who is learning it because of work or because he's retired and wants to. I've had an adult who was retired and just wanted to learn more English. He wanted to perfect his English. If you don't use it, you lose it. So he just wanted to chat, and so that's what we did. Last night I had a businessman on a business trip. He was in northwest China on a business trip. He had been gone for like 3 weeks, and I guess he had the morning off, and so he took a class. So you teach how you feel is comfortable. I don't use a ton of props. I do use ManyCam just because I like it. Not necessary. When I first started with iTutor Group, they did provide ManyCam for us. They are working on their own program that's similar to ManyCam, that would be automatically in the classroom, kind of like the AR stickers. They're working on that now still, and so once they have that up and going, you could use that. I will keep ManyCam. I do like that I can use it with all 3 companies. And speaking of 3, just while I'm talking for a moment and rambling, GoGo Kid, I have a regular. I've taught her twice, and I have her 2 more classes coming up. I teach her every Sunday morning. I decided Sunday mornings were not booking for me with VIP Kid because everybody's booking on the weekend. So I figured I'd give it at least 1 slot to GoGo Kid, and so I've been booking that every week with the same student. So even if nothing else, it gives me a student and it gets my foot in the door to get a regular. Because I always have my mandatory iTutor hours on Sundays, which I guess I could change them. I just haven't thought about it. I probably won't. I like my schedule. I don't like changing things, although it would be nice. But yeah. So Kelly, I'll play it for you. You didn't get to hear it, and so even if you go back and watch it, so you can hear it. I just think it's so sweet. But the student I was telling you that rebooked me short notice today, I added her mom on WeChat, and this is what I got after class.
Thank you, Teacher Kim. See you next time.
So it was so sweet. She said, "Thank you, Teacher Kim. See you next time." Yeah, Morgan, that's the one you wanted to steal from me. That's the one that when I talked about her last time, you said you wanted to steal her. Her mom said that she's tried other teachers and she does not want to go to any other teacher. She will not behave for anyone else but me. So mom will always book with me is what mom said to me. So I got that after class, which was just so sweet. And that made the day all better. But yeah. Anyway, any other questions about iTutor while I'm kind of rambling for a minute? Yes, Morgan. Yes, the whole class I get like every few slides. She doesn't know how to send the hearts yet. And then at the end of class, we always do our hearts and we draw hearts on the screen. And this is literally how she sits until I close the camera. She sits there like this with her eye through her heart, saying that she loves me. I love you. And that's how she looks at me until I close the camera. In class every time. She also, like I said, she's level 1. We're in Jamaica now, so at Unit 4, Unit 5. And she is, mom is able to leave the room and take care of little sister during classes now. Mom's left a few different times, and UN always is focused and we connect. So ever since our first class together, I started with her in Unit 1, Level 1, Unit 1, when I think it was like her first or second class after her trial class, and we just connected. You know how you just have that connection with some students? We just connected, so she's very sweet. She's one of the students that if I ever got to go to China, I would definitely want to meet her and a few others. But yeah, she's very cute. She always has ears on, or today was a crown. So she was Elsa today. So the reason I love Google Slides, and I've said it before, is that she came with an Elsa crown and was showing me her Elsa. They have little dangly, look like earrings on them. So I pulled up an Elsa reward, and as soon as I did that, she's like, oh, like it just blew her mind that while I'm talking to her, I managed to find a surprise for her. So I pulled up the little, Yeah, I pulled this up this morning, and she got to see Elsa, and so we sang "Let It Go, Let It Go," and yeah, it was cute. But she's a sweetheart. But anyway, any other questions about any the companies I work for? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I did not mean to be on here 30 minutes. I gotta wake my daughter up. Yes, she's still asleep. She will sleep if you let her sleep. But I've got to go to Spectrum. I've got to go complain to them and tell them that I need something that says that there was an outage. Candy, I have not seen the whole Frozen movie either. One of my other students, Sarah, loved the song, the Let It Go song, and my daughter loves the Let It Go song, so I only know most of it. I've seen most of the movie, but not all of it. So I will confess that I have not actually, I'm not one of those people who've seen it and loved it. My husband has watched it. The funny part is he watched it when our daughter wasn't even in the room. He's very strange. But no, I haven't actually watched it either, but I know the song enough to fake it with the kids in China, so. Yeah, I know a lot of the soundtracks. Yeah, Kelly Evelyn went live too, but she only did a short one about was it behavior issues? I haven't had a chance to watch it. She cut off like right. I went to go into it and she said bye. So, because I just got done teaching. I would have been sooner, but I had the student that's the mom or the student, and mom was the one today. Yeah, 3 of us were live today. But mom was my student today, so mom wanted to talk with me after class about her English, and she's the one who really wants to connect with me, but VIP Kid does not encourage but does not punish if you use WeChat with parents. iTutor Group will terminate you, and GoGo Kid will as well. So I'm very cautious what I use. I do not tell parents or anyone with iTutor Group that I am on WeChat. I act like I just know what it is. I do have my boss on WeChat now. I do have her. When I recruit, I send my stuff to her. She's on WeChat. I've had phone calls on there with her. That's how I connected with her originally. But she is on my WeChat, but I do not have my students. The only students I have are from VIP Kid. If they were to tell us we couldn't use it, then I immediately would obviously stop. But as long as they say it's okay within reason, I'm cool. I like it. I would love to add. There's a few parents that I would love to add from iTutor. Some of my students, like I have a student who I've taught 60 plus times that I would love to have on there. I think she needs a friend, an adult friend to talk to, and she's having a hard time sometimes with school, and I feel like she needs it, but I can't add her. I have another student who I have not seen in months. Last time I saw her, she brought me cake it was her mom's birthday, and she managed to get a class with me and brought me cake to share with me, which obviously I pretended to eat, but she was crazy. She was a student who every time I would have her on my schedule when I first started with her, before class, she would scream and sing as loud as she could, so I'd have to mute my sound or cut it down all the way. And she'd just like be as loud as she could before we start class. And she's one of the ones who I originally kind of was annoyed by her. Not to her face, obviously, just annoyed by how loud she was. And now I miss her. I taught her so many times, and now I miss her. If she came on my schedule like today, I'd be thrilled. That's the only negative of iTutor I find, is that they do not let you keep your regulars a long time. If they start, we've noticed, a lot of us on the Facebook pages have noticed that if they were to give you 10s every time they have you, that after so many, you don't see them again. I don't know why that is. My pay is not determined by the ratings I get, so I don't know why. It's just something we've all kind of noticed on the Facebook groups. just a conspiracy, but it seems true. Because I have students who've never rated me, and I've had them upwards of 60, 70 times, and I have students like her who rated me every time, and I haven't seen her in months. But that's my only downside. They do switch out your regulars periodically. Even if they don't rate you, they do switch them out periodically. And the reason is, and it makes sense, VIP Kid does it too. They encourage them to take classes with other teachers. The difference is VIP Kid encourages, iTutor requires. So, oh well. All right, well, I'm going to get off here unless anybody has any more questions, comments, anything they want to add. I really was only going to talk about my day, but I kind of got distracted. And I need to wash my hair. It's falling. I did not feel like doing anything with it yesterday, so I let it curl. So what you see left of the curls are the natural ones. I brushed it out like twice already. But it's natural. All right, well, bye. I will see y'all next time. Thanks for listening to my sad sob story today. And thank goodness it is over with. Bye.